Hi, my name is Lotus, and today we're going to be playing Stardew Valley. We're going to be playing on the beach farm, which I never played on before. I usually only ever pick the standard farm, but I think I'm up for the challenge. So I started with character creation. I usually just stick with the same character design every single time. I personally really like a shaved head and the default outfit. I think it's cute, I think it's simple, I think it works. And I skipped the intro because I don't give a frick about Grandpa. And the first thing I did was fix my screen because I really don't like how the game is really zoomed in. So I fixed that in my settings and then also fixed the layout of my house. I put the bed and TV right next to the door, so I'm in and out every day real quick, and immediately began working on my farm. I cleared some space and then hoed 15 spots for the 15 parsnips. I watered them and then began chopping down some trees because we're gonna need wood for a bunch of things, but first we're gonna need wood for a chest because I like to sort out my inventory right at the beginning because we aren't going to be able to get a backpack upgrade until later. So I put most of my things in the chest and then went around the map and did a bit of foraging because I didn't have that much energy left. I said hi to Linus, who is one of my favorite NPCs. I think my favorite is Willy, but Linus is like a close second. He just chills and like minds his business and doesn't really have much to say. As I was rummaging through the trash, I also ran into Penny, who I said hello to, and I played this game so often that I don't really stop and like read all of the things that the NPCs say because I'm already used to it. So honestly, I have no idea who I'm going to marry for this run. I don't even know if I'll marry anyone. I'm not like a super big fan of anybody except Elliot. I do not like Elliot. Elliot can just not exist. So I continued foraging and rummaging through the trash. Said hello to Granny. I said hey to Leah. Leah is one of my favorite NPCs, mainly because she's really easy to give gifts to. You could give her a rock and she'd say thank you. I said hi to Pierre, even though I didn't want to, because I really don't like Pierre. He's kind of a snake, but whatever. I said hey to Jody and Vincent, then made my way to the bottom of the map to do a little bit more foraging. I collected some fiber, some wood, said hey to Haley, and this is such an unpopular opinion because everybody hates Haley, but I kind of like Haley. I don't know what it is about her, but personally I have a lot of respect for Haley because she is unapologetically herself. If she does not like you, you will know. She will tell you straight up if you look ugly or if you smell bad. She does not give a flip. And you know what? I respect it. I made my way around the bottom of the map and I actually found a prehistoric scapula. I don't know what the heck that is, but it reminded me that we have to complete the museum, which I've actually never done before. In all my time playing this game, I have never completed the museum. So we'll see how much of the museum we can complete in this save. I then collected the spring onions, even though they barely give you any energy at all. There were only 3, which was great. I then made my way back to my farm from the bottom of the map. I started whacking some more weeds to collect more fiber and then dumped all my stuff into the chest. Got my axe and started chopping down some more wood because we're gonna need a lot of it for various things, one of which being the bridge that we have to repair down at the beach. But I cleared a little bit more of my farm and then headed to bed. And that was day 1. I got level 1 foraging and then started day 2 with a letter from Willy, my favorite NPC, which means we can start fishing today. And I'm super excited because I freaking love fishing. When I first started playing this game, I was so bad at it. I actually quit playing Stardew when I first got into it because I just sucked at fishing. And I was like, there's no point in playing if I can't fish because you need to fish in order to complete the community center. And also fishing is a great way to earn money in the early game. So after playing it for a little bit, I quit and then came back and then got over it. And now I love fishing. It's one of my favorite things to do in Stardew because it's really easy and it's a great way to earn money. Stardew Valley fishing, 10 out of 10. Anyways, I put everything back into my chest, except for my hoe and the 3 spring onions that we got yesterday, because we're going to use them for energy when we go fishing. So I made my way down to the beach, got my fishing pole, and began doing some good old fishing. Also, when you go fishing, you also have the potential to get treasure chests, which could have some nice things. I got 2 pieces of coal and a geode, which I mean wasn't amazing, but it's something. I don't know, just another little perk that comes with fishing. I don't know why I'm trying to sell you fishing and Stardew. I think it's because I wish I didn't quit Stardew because I sucked at fishing. Because honestly, I think everybody sucks at fishing in Stardew when they first start playing. But you just gotta keep at it. You just gotta keep going. You just gotta practice. And then you'll get better. I promise. If I could get better at fishing, you can get better at fishing. Trust. Anyways, I sold most of my fish to Willie. I kept a sardine because I'm pretty sure I need that later for the community center. And then went right back to fishing. I told you, this is all we're gonna do this day. And then once it hit 4:40, I went back into Willie's and then sold everything except the sardine. And then I started heading back up while also collecting some forageables that I found on the beach. And then I ran into Elliot. Listen, Elliot is not my favorite NPC. I think I've made that pretty clear. He's not awful. He's just boring. I'm sorry. He's just very pretentious and kind of not interesting. I don't know. I went into Pierre's and then realized that he was not doing his job because I'm pretty sure Pierre's closes at like 5. I checked the help wanted board and Clint was asking for 25 copper ores, which was ridiculous because there is no way I can get that because I can't go into the mines until like day 5. So thanks, Clint, for that. And I talked to Alex for a bit. Then I ran into Shane, and Shane is actually an NPC that I do like because I don't know why, out of literally every other NPC, for some reason Concerned Ape put his heart and soul into Shane's backstory. Listen, I know he's kind of an a-hole at the beginning, but if you actually become friends with Shane, you learn some pretty dark stuff and you honestly feel bad for him. When you become good friends with Shane, you start getting some cutscenes that are very, how do you say, depressing. It makes you really sad and it makes you feel bad for Shane, and you want to just protect him from this cruel, dark world. But I don't know, that's just my opinion. Anyways, I made my way back up to my farm, and I dumped all my stuff into my chest. Began doing a little bit more farm clearing, and I found a chicken statue, which we're going to donate to the museum later on. I then put most of my stuff back into the chest, and then went to bed. And I got level 1 fishing, baby. I also made 100 gold, so we're really rolling in money here. And we began day 3. I started hoeing some spots because I was planning on going to Pierre's to buy the seeds I need for the crops for the community center. And no, I did not realize that it was a Wednesday and that Pierre's is closed on Wednesdays because he's a little anyways, I planted the mixed seeds and I actually didn't realize, but I had the potato and the cauliflower that I needed, which meant I only really needed the bean starter in order to complete that bundle for the community center. Anyways, I did a bit of foraging at the bus stop and then went back to my farm to dump all the stuff into my chest, and then made my way down to the river to do a little bit of rain fishing because I need some fish that you can only catch in the rain for the community center. And I was honestly kind of nervous to do this because I did not think that I was going to be able to catch the catfish because it's one of the harder fish to catch. But not only did I catch a catfish, I caught 4 catfish. So I made my way down to Willie's to sell 3 of them and kept 1 for the community center, and then did some fishing on the beach. And I caught an eel, which I'm happy about because it's another one of those fish that is kind of difficult to catch. So now we don't have to worry about that. I did some more river fishing and I caught a shad, and I fished until 10 p.m. before I headed back to my farm. I said hello to Harvey, dumped all my stuff into my chest. I still had a little bit more energy left, so I did a little bit more farm clearing, and I headed to bed, and I got both level 2 and level 3 fishing. Let's freaking go. And I made a little bit of gold. And now it's day 4. I began the day with watering my crops and then going around my farm collecting whatever forageables I could find. And I realized that I don't know if it's farming or foraging. I think it's foraging. But at a certain level for one of those, you can start making field snacks. And so I went around collecting all the seeds I needed to make myself a couple of field snacks for energy. And then I made my way around the map looking for forageables and went to Pierre's to get all of the seeds that I needed. And I actually bought the cauliflower and the potato seed that I didn't really need. But that's okay, because I ended up actually buying more potatoes to sell because I think that's the most profitable thing you can grow in spring. I could be wrong, but I decided to be a potato farmer. And I also bought a little bit of parsnips because we're gonna need 5 gold quality parsnips to complete the quality crops bundle. Then I ran into Haley, said hey, and ran back to my farm to dump all of the stuff that I bought. I'm not planting them right away because I'm waiting to get a higher farming level so I can craft a scarecrow because I don't want any of my crops to perish. Then I was headed to the beach and ran into Mayor Lewis, who is one of my least favorite NPCs. I think he's lazy, he doesn't do anything. When we get to Pelican Town, it's in shambles. I don't know what he's doing. He just sits on his ass all day, does a little bit of gardening, and then the rest of the day, I literally don't know what he does. But it's definitely not mayor duties because he is pretty much useless. Anyways, I spent the entire day fishing again because we need money for strawberries later on. And fishing is the only way that I know how to get a lot of money. And did some more farm clearing, and I got a geode. I chopped some more wood and whatnot, and then went to bed. And that was the end of day 4. Day 5 is a big day. This is the day where we can unlock the community center, and also it's the first day where we can go mining. Today was also the day we got our cat from Marnie. And of course, I said yes, and I decided to name the cat Clam because we're on a beach farm. So, beach, clam, I don't know, I think it's cute. And today was also Parsnip Harvest Day. It was a big day, Friday the 5th. We unfortunately did not get any quality parsnips, but that's okay. Our farming level is still level 1, so I didn't really expect much, but hopefully after this harvest, we'll get it up to level 2 and we'll be able to make a scarecrow and plant some more crops. I sold all of my parsnips, but saved one for the community center, and then I planted and watered all of the seeds that I bought the other day. I saved like 16 potatoes because again, I don't have a scarecrow yet, and I'm scared that some of my crops are going to die. I then unlocked the community center and made my way over to the mines. I finally got my sword and began making my way through the mines. I didn't really have a goal in mind. I just knew that I was going to be mining until I couldn't anymore, until I ran out of food to keep my health and energy up. I made sure to collect all of the ores that I saw along the way, but mainly my priority was just to get as far down as I could. And I actually made it down to level 10 and got some new boots. And then it was like 8 p.m. and I didn't have any energy left, so I just headed back to my farm. And on the way, I collected some forageables. Well, as many as I could because my inventory was full. I dumped all my stuff in my chest and then went to bed. And then I got level 1 farming and level 1 mining. And I made 463 gold from the parsnips that I sold. And then it was day 6. And from now on, I'm going to be checking luck every single day because I want to get to the bottom of the mines as fast as I can. But before I could even start my day, it was immediately interrupted by Clint. I know I talked smack about Elliot at the beginning of this video, but Clint is probably my least favorite NPC. He kind of just reeks of insecurity, and I don't like it. His vibes are just off, and just want to say I'm very happy that he's not an option for a bachelor. But he did provide me the blueprints to craft a furnace, so he's not completely useless. I checked my mail, and I got a letter from the wizard, which means we'll be able to start donating stuff to the community center soon. Then I crafted my furnace and watered my crops and finally made a scarecrow. Then I made my way down to the wizard's tower, met the wizard. I then decided to skip this cutscene because I didn't really feel like hallucinating trees. Then did a bit of foraging and collected all the spring onions that were available that day. I then made my way up the map so I can head to the mines and make some more progress. And then I made it to level 16 before I hit an infested floor and decided to just leave because I did not want to deal with that. It was fine because I was already low on energy and I didn't really feel like wasting the food that I had on an infested floor. I said hey to Abigail, who was jamming out. Good for her. Made my way back to my farm and then dumped my stuff in my chest. And then began smelting my very first copper ore. I ended my day and then woke up to level 2 foraging and level 2 mining. Checked the luck for that day and then began harvesting some parsnips, and I actually got 1 gold quality parsnip, which I saved to my chest, and then planted some potatoes and made some basic fertilizer. Then I went around my farm to chop down some trees for seeds to make field snacks. I then decided today was going to be the day that I would do a community center run and drop off a bunch of stuff for different bundles. I was able to complete the spring foraging bundle, which unlocked the pantry and the fish tank. I donated a parsnip to the spring crops bundle, and then donated all of the variety of fish that I had to different bundles, and unfortunately could not complete any of them. But you know, progress is progress. And then I was searching the trash and I actually found a gold bar, which was cool, I guess. I went back to my farm and then went around to just collect some forageables and also do a little bit of clearing. I then decided to plant all of my wild seeds that I got from completing the spring foraging bundle, and I did a little bit of chest organization. Then decided to sell the other half of the wild seeds and went to bed, and I made 875 gold from that. And that was it for the first week on the beach farm. And that's also it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video. video, and I'm excited to play more on the beach farm and make more episodes to this series. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Alright, that's it for me, and I will see you guys in my next video.